Phil made a funny joke at the tacos tonight.
What was it?
Because we were all like, oh man, so tired. And I'm like, Monday. And we went to Amigos, and Amigos has like new flooring down in part of it. And it's brown. And he was like, fuck, I forgot the song now. There goes the joke. Man, that would have been a great cold opener too. Oh well.
All right, Cracker Jacks, you're listening to the Hot Science Podcast. Get ready to jam.
I just called to say I love you, and I mean it from the bottom of my Hot Science Podcast.
Nice. Very
Nice.
good.
Very
Whoa, it's the Hot Science Podcast. It's that time of the week where we are blessing your ears with the knowledge that you need
All that knowledge.
to survive and breathe oxygen. We're providing that for you right now.
We're literally providing you oxygen right now.
I'm Brad Cotter.
I'm Matt Forgy.
I'm Matt Livingston.
Oh, it's Hot Science.
Yep, we've convened in the basement
HSP.
lab. It's
About
going
that
on
time.
10 o'clock on a Monday evening. It's science time.
Yeah.
Science time.
I believe actually correct time is science 30. I think maybe science 35.
Well, we don't want to date it. I mean, we date it
Right.
enough anyway. You know, we
Exactly.
don't want to put
need
an
exact
actual
time, I guess. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just science o'clock.
Science time. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I will say I got my pen.
Let's
I'm
round
ready
it
to
down.
take some notes.
Ooh,
You know?
professional.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
Nice.
So if you hear any like scribbling, it just like it's just notes.
Yeah, well, in editing this thing, you know, I figured
Yeah.
that I need to,
You're trying to make a better podcast.
try to make a better podcast.
He's not over there just jerking off and working on his screenplay.
Right. Like I'm doing.
I've
No.
never written a screenplay.
Not yet.
You should get into it, man. It's cathartic.
And you like coffee? Go to a coffee shop, write you a screenplay, blow.
Do you like coffee?
Doesn't have
Just
to be
call
long.
them blow.
Yeah, accidentally. It doesn't have to be long when you do a short story.
Yeah.
Like about a Chechnyan spy who's crossed the border and he's trying to find a guy that's been running guns into Russia under the cover of night. And he's also got like a toe infection. It's
Ooh,
really bugging him.
the drama.
Is that just the inner monologue, you know?
Right.
It sounds like I'm writing my screenplay right now.
Oh man.
Guys, let's start out with a reoccurring segment that I said last week probably wasn't going to be in this one. Let's talk about sports.
Sports.
So we're gonna
you're
keep
outta
going.
here.
We're gonna keep going with the sports thing.
So, well, for this week at least, yeah.
All right.
Because what's going on right now?
Olympic.
The Amazing Race.
And
Winter Olympic.
say it. Where's the Olympics happening right now?
And a name I can't pronounce, Vietnam.
Do you know how
it's
to-
North
it's
Korea?
South Korea.
South Korea.
South Korea.
I was all over the place just then.
Well, you were in Asia at least. So
I was in that part of Asia at least. I knew it was South Korea actually.
I'm going to say it's Pyeongchang.
That's what I think it is too.
That's what it looks like.
I just always say it and somebody tries to tell me it's a different way.
So, to our South Korean friends, sorry for butchering the name of your lovely, lovely city over and over again.
Yeah.
I really want to say it with an accent, but I know that's just racist, so I won't do it.
The urge is hard though.
It's like you want to say it right.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
want to say it like Pyeongchangite would.
Pyeongchang
Olympics, right?
Olympics, guys. Who's watching those Olympics? Because I have seen them in passing.
You watching the Olympics?
sort of, I guess. I mean, not really. My wife watches them, so I mean, they're on.
I've been
I
watching
mean,
them.
I watched the figure skating.
Yeah, I saw
literally
that
last
when I
night.
was standing in your living room.
Yeah.
But that's
I
about
mean,
it.
those ladies are pretty talented. I mean,
Oh, figure skating
as a person who's ice skated twice,
is impressive.
it's incredibly hard. And so to like dance,
Oh, to do like gymnastics too, like to throw yourself in the air and stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, man.
pretty
Well,
nuts.
Pretty awesome.
It makes
Yeah.
me think about like in practicing for that, how many times you cracked your skull on that ice?
Yeah. How many times did you get totally fucked up? Because
Yeah.
you're also wearing blades on your feet.
Yeah. Do you guys have a preference over the winter or the summer Olympics?
I'm a summer dude.
I'm a summer dude.
Yeah, mostly summer stuff. I mean, I just don't care with the Winter Olympics. I like them fine, like the ice skating stuff like that. It's fun to watch, but like the snowboarding's okay sometimes.
Yeah, snowboarding's pretty cool.
But like they were skiing uphill the other day. I literally watched people ski uphill for roughly 3 minutes, and I was like, "What am I doing with my life right now?"
I will say, never seen it before the other night. Curling.
Yeah, curling's interesting.
curling's
though.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, curling's pretty
I
cool.
mean, it's like super stoned,
Yeah.
ice cold shuffleboard.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty
Oh,
I
awesome.
just imagine very drunk like Icelanders just
No, but it's
hurling
not.
the shit out of stuff.
No, they're not. You can't be drunk and do the person who like
Oh, there's
who,
so
who
much
shoves
control.
the stone.
Yeah.
as I've found it's come to be called. That person is like laser guided.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like fucking trained on whatever they want this thing to do. And then they got the scrubber guy who's just, it's like, get on it, Ricky. And he's just going down the thing, just making a little path.
Scratching it
with
up,
the stone.
smoothing it out.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, I would think though that it's like
It's totally nuts. Yeah.
the origin of that game, like whoever was the first guy that brought the broom out to the ice, game changer.
Yeah. The first curler.
The first guy that was like,
I got-
boy, hang on a minute, let me get this over here, and
But it's not a broom. It's like a sponge. It's,
it's so they can either rough up or smooth out the ice in front of
Ah.
it and create the friction and help control the speed of the stone as it enters
Okay.
the
It's such
target
a
area.
nuts. It's such a nuts game.
Well, that's what I like about the Olympics.
It's so
I like the
minute.
weird
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, me too.
And that's why I like the summer ones, is because in that one you get like javelin throwing and fencing and just weird stuff, you know?
Bow. You get the bow and everything.
Yeah, the triathlon's pretty cool. The Winter Olympics. Is that what it's called, the triathlon, where they do the skiing, shooting, and
Yeah, I think
Believe
so.
so.
It's a
walking?
yeah,
walking.
It's what do you call that?
Cross-country
Cross-country?
skiing.
Yeah,
Cross
yeah.
country, yeah.
skiing uphill.
Go America.
It was ridiculous. For 3 full minutes, I watched it.
They also have like real sports in there though. They still do basketball at the Olympics?
Not in the winter.
Oh yeah, not in the winter. They do hockey though.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
hockey.
Winter basketball, I would watch that shit.
Yeah.
In
Yeah, man.
BC.
It's the same game except they're playing on ice.
Yeah,
Exactly.
guys, I got.
And then
free
they called
wait,
it hockey.
No, ex-NBA. The
Hockey's in the Olympics,
The
right?
NFL's
Yeah.
doing it. Let's
Miracle
get on
Man.
it.
Miracle, that movie. Miracle.
Miracle. Well, I mean, honestly, we have professional athletes in our country that get paid. Even hockey players, I'm sure, get paid at least $500,000.
Oh, the professional
apiece.
ones,
Yeah,
absolutely.
the professional ones. Yeah. And then so we got the pros that are going out for the thing that have amazing insurance and make
Yeah, the
tons of money
Olympic-
per year to play hockey. Now go play hockey against other people in other countries who do it for fun.
Matthew Livingston.
Yes.
If you were a contestant in the Winter Olympics, Pyeongchang, 2018,
Okay.
what event would you like to be an athlete in?
I'm gonna curl. I mean, I feel that without any physical ability whatsoever, I could probably be pretty good at the curling thing.
Mm.
Just with my my eye for physics.
Feels it's taken you by storm.
Yeah.
The curling just enraptured you.
Enraptured
It is
me.
interesting. I will tell you though. I think it's really interesting to watch. I'd rather watch that than like golf.
Oh yeah. Any day.
Well,
of the week.
I mean, Jenna was just watching the Olympics, and it was just on. It wasn't something like we tuned in for
Right.
curling.
Yeah.
It was just on.
didn't have-
I love
I've never-
catching curling.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard about it,
Yeah.
but I didn't know what. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not the most informed individual, but curling, pretty awesome.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Matthew Livingston said, curling. Matthew Forgy, if you could participate in Pyeongchang Olympics 2018,
Right.
which event would you participate in?
Can I ask, is this what could I actually participate in or what dream scenario?
Dream scenario.
Ski jump.
Nice.
Nice.
Ski jump. I want to rock it down, jump super high.
See, I
in
was
the air.
going in all reality, like what I would actually do, because I mean,
Oh, you can change it if you want to.
No, I mean, I'm still cool with curling, honestly. I
Yeah.
mean That's
You'd be a rock star, and if like
Yeah.
you're a good curler, you're a rock star in the world of curling.
yeah, dude.
You think about how like bowlers get treated, you know, professional bowlers.
Yeah, they get free Arby's
Yeah,
and
Yeah, dude. Lifetime
they
Arby's.
get free Arby's and free lanes nationwide.
You want to do
quitting my
the
job
you want
right
to do the
now.
jump because of the flying thing, don't you?
Well,
Just
because
want
the
to soar,
flying
man.
and also the rocketing down.
Well, if we're
'Cause I've
going, if
skied
we're going
before
for
and
like
I enjoyed it.
for straight, like
For the
a
rocketing.
dream scenario, it would be the I guess the skeleton thing that where you go like 150 miles an hour in the little ice tube. Terrifying. Would never do that. In
Oh,
real
the
life.
like the it's not bobsledding, but the other one.
Yeah,
where
the
you're
one
just
where you're just
solo.
on the little
Yeah.
tiny
You're just a
Fucking
solo dude.
head
feet
first.
Yeah,
Oh,
head
man,
first.
what is that
yeah,
called?
Just rock.
The
Luge?
skeleton.
The
It's called the
luge?
skeleton.
It's called the skeleton.
The luge is feet first.
Okay.
The skeleton is face first.
Is fucking face first.
Dude, I
on
didn't
the
even know they had that.
Yeah,
stuff.
Oh yeah,
dude, it's
that's my
terrifying.
that's my favorite.
It is terrifying. Whenever I mean, like, you want to have a little bit of anxiety
called
watching television,
skeleton because
watch
you
the
could
fucking
die
skeleton.
instantly?
I don't know
Yeah.
why it's called skeleton, but it is. I believe. I haven't seen it on the Olympics this year, but even
They're
as
saving it.
a child,
It's the last
whenever I
one.
was a little
Saving it,
kid
man.
watching the Olympics, the skeleton was like, it's the fucking skeleton.
Yeah.
It's just metal. It was like, I don't know. It was something hardcore.
It sounds terrifying.
Matthew Livingston.
I wanna
has
watch it now.
Changed his answer to skeleton. Mr. Matt Forgy said
Ski jump.
ski jump. Brad Cotter. It's the 2018 Pyeongchang Olympics. What event would you like to participate in? Matt stole my answer. I was going to also say skeleton because it is indeed metal. It's called the skeleton, and it's just
Shit.
like there was a guy watching
So I
somebody.
completely like got inside your head and changed.
Well, because you were like, oh,
I-
well, dream scenario would be this thing because fuck it, and it's like, yeah, dude, because it's like there was a dude that was watching another guy luge and went, that's not hardcore enough.
face first.
Yeah.
Face first. I want to be a human missile just flying down this track. It's got to be like the adrenaline dump you've got to get off that has to be insane. I'm sure it
Yeah,
is for
well,
all of those
it's
sports,
true.
but I mean, when you're
It's an
going
extreme
because
sport,
those
yeah.
guys are going like upwards of 60 miles an hour,
Face first, though.
face first.
The
And
first
ice,
dude
though.
who did it had
Yeah.
like pussies written on his shoes, so that all the people who were watching him go down fucking face first. That is insane. I mean, it's one of the craziest things to watch these people wreck.
Yeah.
Like that's
Oh
why
yeah,
it's,
and
that's
how
why it's
anybody
scary.
survives.
Yeah, that's why it's so scary. It's not because watching somebody go down face first is the most exhilarating thing ever, but whenever they beef it bad.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're going real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody seriously injured that I know of. They probably wouldn't televise that.
Yeah, I remember back in the day somebody did something and like broke a leg or something where they had to like cart them off.
You pretty
It was
much
like,
just see
oh, wow,
people
yeah.
like hit something, they go unconscious, and then they ragdoll and then slide for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's real brutal.
Yeah, it's ice brutal.
Broken bones. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody's died doing it, but they haven't televised it.
I wonder how we could find that out.
Huh.
I don't know.
I don't know.
If we had listeners,
If
that
only there
would,
was a way to look up questions
yeah.
on the internet.
Oh, you're talking about interesting things I found on the internet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sort of. I was also talking about just Google.
Right. That was a segue.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very interesting.
It was a poor segue, but it was a segue.
I know. I knew it was a segue.
Man, Oprah Winfrey, she's going to overthrow the Trump regime.
Oprah Winfrey taking it back.
What does that mean?
You get a job. You get a job. You get a job. Everybody gets a job.
Nice.
This comes from thehill.com in a report talking about former White House chief strategist Stephen Bannon. Believes that Oprah Winfrey will run for president in 2020, as a lot of people have theorized, and could be a, quote, existential threat to the Trump presidency. According to a book by Josh Green, where he talks to Steve, Devil's Bargain, the name of the book, he is quoted as saying, the anti-patriarchy movement is going to undo 10,000 years of recorded history. You watch. The time has come. Women are going to take charge of society, and they couldn't juxtapose a better villain than Donald Trump.
Wait, who said that?
Steve Bannon.
Okay. First off, can I just point out, when you were reading that out loud, you said that Oprah Winfrey could be an existential crisis.
Existential threat to the
Threat
Trump.
to Trump.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to point out that I think every single thing that happens is an existential threat to President Trump.
Yeah, it kind of seems that way.
Because that's the kind of person I think he is.
Well, I mean, to me, that's like saying
Yeah.
that's like saying a guy. I think what he's trying to get at is saying a guy like Donald Trump can't coexist in the same world as the Me Too movement. I mean, obviously he does.
Right.
But when it comes to be
He's the
2020,
president.
it's like you have a powerful, intelligent black woman versus Donald Trump. And I think he's saying that there's no way, there's not a snowball's chance in hell Trump would win that.
Oh, no way in hell. No way in hell. Every single human being would vote for Oprah.
Who the fuck voted for Trump? If there was a vote tomorrow.
Bunch of white conservatives.
That's true. I work with several people that have voted for Trump, and it doesn't make sense to me.
My parents all
So
voted
if the
for him.
vote
It's
if the
strained
vote
our
happened again
relationships,
tomorrow, would they vote for Trump again?
I would say that a lot of people that voted for Trump, a lot of those people are not
Yeah.
happy with Trump anymore.
They would not again. I don't
Yeah.
know if they'd go Oprah level.
I think if you
But
had the
versus
decision
Trump?
one over the other.
Oh my God, it's Oprah every day, yeah.
Now, I wanted to bring up, though, Oprah's already said, she's been asked this multiple times, she says she's not interested.
Yeah.
It keeps coming up in the conversation. Oprah herself is like, I don't want to do it. Gail, on the other hand, is like, Oprah, girl, you should run. And Oprah's like, it's not my DNA.
Yeah. Well, plus I feel like Oprah's like, yo, I could have been president every year of my life since like 1980. She could have done this at any point and won. So I think she's just over it. Oprah's just ready to chill out, man.
My question to you, kind sirs, she is not a politician. Would everyone vote for her? This isn't a woman that has any experience in politics. And if she does run, what does that open the door to as far as the future of presidential candidates?
Well,
Same.
We're
living in that world.
okay.
It already happened, man. The glass has been
I
opened.
didn't vote. I didn't vote for this person, but as a country, we voted in someone who doesn't have any political background whatsoever.
Yeah.
And is obviously mildly retarded. And at least Oprah has our hearts. We fucking.
she's-
at least
she's smart.
I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
No, well, I mean, but what you have to remember is it's television and it's a perception that's been painted. You know what I mean? Who the
sure.
fuck knows who Oprah is or what she actually does or whatever?
Let's
Oprah's
take that
super
equation out of the money.
Either fucking way, the perception of if on a piece of paper, if it was like either vote Donald Trump to be the president or vote Oprah to be the president, right now, if it was given to me, I would say Oprah because Oprah at least has the fucking perception of her
What a
shit
president
together.
is. Yeah.
Good point.
Just as a person, as a human being, she has the perception of somebody who has the ability to see that other people's
Self-awareness?
needs.
Who's constantly under the scrutiny of the public eye as
There's
well.
a word that I'm looking for. It's
Empathy.
empathy. Yes, exactly.
You talking
She has
about that good old empathy.
She thinks that people are people. I think. I don't know. I had the perception that she does.
Right.
And my perception is that Donald Trump is a fucking animal.
Yeah, the guy in the guy in the office can't even do that, right?
Yeah. And Oprah could maybe. I don't know.
Well, and we know she's a savvy businesswoman because she's fucking rich as shit.
Fucking Oprah, man.
Yeah,
Exactly.
she's
She
Oprah.
owns
Yeah, and I'm not
television
saying that
studios.
Oprah should be the president. I'm saying that anybody could fucking be the president
well,
because
that
if you have
precedent-
empathy,
yeah.
if you have empathy, and especially if you have a public fucking platform, if at this point, if you have a public platform, like if Mr. Rogers came out and said I wanted to be the fucking president, he could probably do it. Because if you have a public platform where if things feel safe. And you're and you feel good like Jon Stewart, any fucking
Yeah,
person
it's
like
true.
that,
Well-
where if you have a little bit of public trust and a big public platform, you could fucking do it because Donald Trump is currently the president of the United States of America.
He shattered the mold. He shattered the perception of an election in general,
He
which was
bought
the
it,
most
or did-
damaging
or
thing
what-
he
yeah.
did to the country, in my personal opinion so far. He's
I don't
making
know.
steps that are shitty, but the most damaging thing he did was change the perception of what the role of the government and the president is supposed to be.
So Oprah
And it made
Winfrey-
it like America's next top president. And they did it. They pulled the reality trigger and they
He did it,
voted
yeah.
back, and he won.
What were you gonna say, Matt?
The call-ins worked.
I'm saying that with I don't think Oprah Winfrey's going to be able to overthrow the Donald Trump thing.
You don't think so?
I think she would.
I don't.
I mean,
I
it would
don't.
be-
I
it would
don't
be
understand
ugly.
how.
Yeah.
Okay, because Donald Trump is the president, because he got voted to be the president, is the reason why I don't think that it would be overthrown.
Right.
Because I don't fucking understand how that actually happened. So the
Faith has been shaken.
the I mean it's a plausible idea, you know, somebody that has empathy that treats people like human beings and
But you
isn't a
can't
fucking
put
money
too much stock in that.
But you can't put there's that would never happen. I mean, we're talking about politics, and the fact is that fucking Donald Trump is the president, and that's insane.
Hot take. I'm going to say that I think Barack Obama had what you're talking about, where he had that perception
absolutely.
of being an empathetic care. This guy was responsible for more bombings than any president that has sat before him. So he had to make some shitty decisions. But at the same time, you see this guy on TV, he seems intelligent, he seems personable, he seems like he cares about people. I think, and another thing to kind of tie it back is I just think that because she's not a politician, people are going to be skeptical to vote for her because we voted for a non-politician and look what happened.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say the country had already kind of primed itself for the disaster that happened with George Bush and okay, Oprah and Donald Trump is the same idea as George Bush and Obama. Because George Bush was kind of like embarrassing on TV, like he was doing stuff, people didn't like him, he was making bad decisions, he was an embarrassing dude. He sounded like an idiot. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah,
Some George Bush, some George W. Bush.
making up words and shit.
Yeah. Sounded like an idiot.
Fantastic president compared to what we got.
Well, exactly. But Barack Obama comes along and it's like this dude holds himself like he can actually fucking have a conversation with you.
Change.
That he's talking to you.
Running on change.
Yeah. And it was brilliant and it was perfect and it was awesome. And he was a great president, and I honestly think he's probably one of the best presidents we'll see in our lifetime.
The next person, if someone comes out of the woodwork like a Jon Stewart or something like that with a public platform that isn't a corrupt fucking piece of shit,
Yeah.
that has empathy, that's all you really need.
Yeah, all you need to win this new election.
You fill people's stomachs. And that's what you do. Is just you have empathy. People are human beings, and all they want to do is fucking eat and fuck and be happy, and that's it. All decisions aren't black and white. But if you make every decision with the fact that people are human beings, and all they want to do is sleep nice and warm, dry at night, and fuck and eat and sleep and be happy, and you try and make that happen.
If you can keep
What else
people
do you-
doing
yeah.
that,
Yeah.
I guarantee that's not Donald Trump's fucking aim with
not his agenda
things.
at
Yeah,
all.
that's
No.
that's not in the agenda. Is that people just want to be happy?
No.
I don't know. That's it's kind of stupid, but you know,
No,
Not
but
at
it's
all.
but it's the whole idea of just empathizing with anybody
yeah,
at all.
Well, especially in today's
As
social
a
climate.
human, as a
you
human
gotta
being,
you got to take
yeah.
all money out of it.
Exactly.
All money doesn't exist.
Well, and
with it.
ego. It's like you got to take all of it out. You're just a person. You want to eat, sleep, and have sex.
No, whenever whenever you're going to sleep at night, you want to feel fucking full and safe and nice and good, and that's it. And
Well,
so and
Content.
to get to that point, shit's got to be nice.
A president's going to have to make tough decisions. But if you come out of the gate and you have to say, hey, we're making this decision and it's going to benefit this group of people more than it's going to benefit this group of people. That's a hard, cold fact, guys. But you have the empathy to say what you're going to do for those people that aren't benefiting on that. Why this is the best decision that you've come to roll this out. And what the game plan is. Just be honest with people
Yeah.
and they'll they'll fall. I feel
Well,
like
he
the money
lies-
comes at that point.
But he lies every time he talks.
Yep.
It's pathological at this point. It's not his fault anymore, even. He just does. Like, I don't think he controls that shit. He just lies.
I think he believes it.
Yeah, I think he does too. I think he genuinely believes what he's saying is the truth and reacts negatively when you don't abide by it. Yeah.
Just the biggest showing ever. There were so many people you couldn't see individual faces. There was just a crowd. It was a massive crowd of people. It was fantastic and wonderful.
I literally do not search the internet.
You can't
Anymore.
because you don't want to read
Anymore,
about
yeah.
Donald
No,
Trump and
I
you can't
don't.
avoid it.
I stopped. I mean, it's
That's
the
true.
weirdest thing. I mean, I used to Reddit all the time. I used to do all kinds of things on the internet, and now, I mean, it's not like I don't use the internet, but what I search for is very acute. It's what I'm searching. It's like audio engineering stuff or shit like that. It's not like
You're using it as a resource.
I
rather
don't
than
browse anything. I don't browse
I'm not just
Facebook.
goofing
I don't.
off. Yeah.
I don't sit and just.
I use
You know.
it strictly as a utility at this point.
Yeah, it's a tool. I have a question. I ask the box. I don't just sit on the box. I mean, if I do anything like that, I watch It's Always Sunny on Hulu or whatever.
Right, well, yeah. That's entertainment, though.
Yeah, that's my entertainment. Is just having
Got to lighten it up, man.
comfort television shows on in the background.
You know what?
I'm that guy.
I think we can all agree Donald Trump is a poopy head.
I'm going to go ahead, if we want to wrap up this
I'm
topic.
gonna rate Donald Trump as a fucking poopy head.
Donald Trump rating. Total.
Presidential rating.
Yeah, lowest on the notch.
But I will say, I
Under
will
Nixon.
champion this fact that we can
Nixon was on, man.
come in the basement together and record ourselves saying "fuck Donald Trump." He's a poopy head,
We got a shit
and we
president.
can put it on the
Yeah.
internet.
Got a
We
shit
can
president.
but
Still
we
living
can-
in one of the greatest
we can
countries on the
still-
face of the earth.
Greatest country ever. We got a
Thank
terrible
you.
president.
America has been great, and we got
was
some
always
fucking.
been
We got
great.
a whole bunch of bullshit that's going on, but it's always this country is founded on a whole bunch of bullshit, which gives us the bullshit that we have currently today. But fuck, it's great.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
mean,
And
it's got a lot of bullshit, but fuck, it's great.
Hopefully, Oprah going to make it better in 2020.
Exactly. Hey, Mr. Trump. At least Nixon admitted he was a dickhead.
That's right. Let's lighten it up, guys.
Exactly. Sorry, I had to get that one more dig in. You can put that anywhere. Put that at the
Former.
very beginning.
Former Texas beauty queen now sounds like Mary Poppins.
Wait. Former Texas beauty queen?
Michelle Myers of Houston, Texas, claims that after going to bed one night with a blinding migraine in 2011, she awoke with an Irish accent. Since then, she's gone through several accents, including Australian and now British, always preceded by one of these horrible, horrible headaches. In 2015, she was diagnosed by a neurosurgeon, Dr. Toby Yatho, as suffering from what is called foreign accent syndrome, which has afflicted about 100 people over the last century, so it's pretty rare.
Yeah.
Dr.
that's-
Sheila Blumstein of the University of Texas is among researchers who believe it's a neurological disorder that affects speech pattern and your intonation, and that the people don't actually speak in accents, it's that their voice patterns get fucked up and we hear it as other accents.
As some accent. Huh. Very interesting.
Do you
So she
believe
has-
that?
So she has blinding headaches, and then she wakes up as a totally different accent.
Yeah.
So she's the quantum leap.
Well, you've heard. Have you ever heard about this before?
Yeah.
With like somebody gets a head injury or something, and it's like
yeah,
now
I-
she speaks
I actually
British.
heard about this through
Yeah.
through stand-up comedy. I forgot the comedian, but it was actually a pretty funny bit that he did about.
Pretty funny bit.
I mean, it's like that's funny as shit. You're telling me that it's somebody goes to sleep and they wake up and they this and I don't know. It was really funny. I can't recreate it now, but
What do you think about that as being like a speech disorder? Do you think there's any salt in there, or any weight in that?
Okay, if it's not a speech disorder, then it's mental disorder.
okay.
Yes.
I'm going
Or
to
it's bullshit? Yeah.
follow me
That's
here.
what I'm saying.
I'm
It's a
gonna
mental
derail
thing.
for a
You're-
2nd.
you're
I'm gonna bring
just fucking with it. Yeah.
derail for 1 second. Bring
Take
it
us
back.
off the rails.
Okay. Head injury.
Right.
After a head injury, you can speak fluent Mandarin and play the piano.
Right.
That's happened.
Yeah.
Documented.
I don't know if that's happened documented.
Well, I know that people can play like playing the piano and that
Yeah,
stuff being
I've heard
like
of that
being a
stuff. Yeah.
savant at something after a head injury. Totally plausible. So is it in there or is there like then that opens up a whole bunch of other questions. But then, so if that's possible, then what you're talking about is obviously possible.
Yeah, it's totally possible.
So
In my mind, I
Okay.
think it is.
Unlocking the power of the brain. Do I think it's possible? Maybe.
But the accent is weird because it's like but having an accent. Are you fluent in the language? Like,
there's been reports.
exactly.
Of that.
But what it's like, it's
If you wake
basically-
up and then know like actual Chinese, that's
Yes.
impressive.
It's like if you're
just
but
being like-
if you speak English in
Huh,
a Chinese
yeah, if you're- if
and like
you're
a
being-
fucking
yeah.
a piece of shit racist accent, it's like, oh, you want wonton now? It's like, well, you're a fucking dick. Number one, it's like so speak
So your mental
actual Chinese
disorder-
or okay.
Yeah, that's my question. Does she speak? If it's like, oh, she has a Russian, or is it just literally accents where it's like she's Southern now, now
Yeah.
she's British,
Yeah.
now she's Cockney.
Okay, well, here's
now
the
she's
thing.
Irish.
Here's
Yeah,
the way.
that's weird. Yeah.
Here's the thing I thought about is it's like that makes sense where you're like, oh, well, if maybe that's people just hear her talk in the closest, like if you think of Cockney and how they, hello, governor. It's like if you cut off certain parts of words and she's like, oh no, governor, or something like that,
Right.
And people are like, oh, she talks British now,
Yeah.
but it's like when you imagine.
She had a stroke.
But did she say hello, governor, to begin with?
No. But it has her. They have a clip of her.
Now she uses
Was that something
English
she
slang.
usually
No,
says? Because
they-
now she's using an English slang.
They have a clip of her, and it's her sitting there, and she's like, "So it's basically like I got this blinding headache, and I woke up in 2011, and now I talk like this, and it's
Like a
I've
Spice Girl.
Yeah. It's like my
That
mind's
was a
numb.
spot on Spice Girl.
And I've never been over there. It's like I've always just lived in Texas, and I sound like I was from Missouri. And it's like, this chick is a beauty queen, and it's like, can we just go back and look at the talent portion? And she's like, I do accents, you know?
Yeah, my tell it is.
I don't know what it is. People say it sounds like Mary Poppins.
So you think it's bullshit?
I think it's bullshit.
You think it's absolute 100% horse shit?
I think that any intelligent person could tell the difference between a speech deficiency and mimicking someone's accent from another
So
country.
what you're telling me
Yeah,
is
that's true.
since
There's only 100
since
cases, man.
1924,
Yes.
there have been 12 documented cases of these people happening with it. I'm calling bullshit on all 12 of these people.
It's,
I think
it's 100 in 100 years.
100 in 100 years.
It's one a year. That's what I'm saying, man. It's the quantum leap. It's one a year.
It's one dude.
It's one a year, and it's
It's all Sam Beckett.
it's whatever the quantum leap is.
You're talking to Al.
That's the person
I would be
that-
more, and it
that
sounds
gets hung
weird,
up
but I
on
would be
it.
more inclined to believe that someone could have a migraine or a head injury or something like that and then speak Mandarin as opposed to having
Just
a blinding
have to-
headache
yeah.
and then waking up and then speaking
I
their
agree.
native language in a fucked up accent.
I agree. 100%.
It's like,
Yeah.
but why are you doing that? I don't know. Can you stop? Maybe not.
It's like my 7
know.
kids are like, Mum, what's wrong?
Mum had a stroke.
Yeah, mom had a brain stroke, and now she's a different mum.
I got blinding headaches,
Yeah.
and now I sound. It's like, one night she goes to sleep, and she's like, I woke up on the Wednesday, and Tuesday I sound like I am from middle of London.
Well, I tell you what's happening. Whenever you have this blinding headache and you wake up and you talk different, that means there's blood on your brain and you're probably going to die from it one day.
It's true.
That's very heavy, but it's very real.
Maybe she just have like very subtle multiple personality disorder.
This is a very strange podcast. We make it crazy.
These have been crazy. These have been crazy. I went Italian all of a sudden.
Michelle Myers from Houston, Texas.
Right? Oh shit, did we just get the accent disease?
Call us.
I didn't have a headache.
Don't call us. Send us an email.
Yeah. We'd love to have you on.
Come be a guest and convince us that you're
Yeah.
not
Well,
full of shit.
Send
Explain
an
this to
email
me.
and then we'll send you the phone number and then you can call us.
call
And
in.
You can just call on the
Yeah,
show.
just call in. We do call-ins now, guys. Call us at hotsciencepodcast31 at
There you go.
gmail.com.
We probably won't answer, but we'll star 69 you.
It's a real fast add-in that we've got here. Our favorite supervillain, Elon Musk,
Right?
shot the car into space.
He did it, everybody.
He's got a robot.
Oh, he actually did it?
He did it.
Like, he did it for real?
Yeah, there's
We were,
photos.
yeah, there's photos, there's video.
Oh, I thought you were, like, bullshitting when you were talking about earlier about the...
That's
No.
100% real. Yeah.
Yeah, he did it like a week
knew
ago. It was last week, I believe, or like last Tuesday or
Oh,
Wednesday.
because,
yeah.
so there's photos of a person driving this car in
It's
space?
not a person.
Yeah.
It's a robot. Believed to be a robot, not confirmed. But probably
There's a
confirmed.
robot-looking individual sitting at the
Well,
wheel
if
of
it
the
is
car.
an individual,
Yeah, there's
they
a
should be
video of it.
famous.
It's
There should be,
probably
yeah.
Elon Musk.
It's true. It's probably a robot
Well, if
with the
quantum
brain of
position
Elon
based
Musk.
on-
Oh man, he's trying to do that thing where he puts you into a robot anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is his first test. He
Yeah.
just shot himself into space in a sweet
Yeah.
ass space
No,
car.
robotic
he
double.
shot himself into space
In a robotic-
via a
yeah.
fucking robot brain.
Yep.
Exactly.
He's got his brain wired to that robot, so he's experiencing.
He's got his own space car.
So what he does, it's like a browser open thing on your desktop where he goes and clicks on. It's like perspective of me from space, Boom.
Yeah,
and then
let's
he
check
can
it
just
out.
fucking check it out. You know,
Let's hope so.
Let's hope not.
But he did it.
driving around.
He did it, guys. We reported it.
And he's going to go mad with power. There's only one way this can end for Elon Musk, and it's with either it's world domination. That's what he's going for.
President Oprah, keep your eye on him.
Now he's going
We're
to
gonna
make
need Wolverine.
he's going to make the argument and say
100%.
he's going to make the argument and say, "Hey, I'm not a bad dude. Once you're all under my control, things will be great."
Yeah.
Maybe he's thinking up like a Matrix situation where he's the fucking machines. I don't know. But I do know that we're fucking on to you, Elon Musk.
Yeah, exactly. We know your game
And we're not going to stop talking about your shit.
until you come on here and prove
You
us
gotta-
wrong.
You got to come clean.
And I think you owe Brad a Tesla or something like that. We said that one time.
Yep.
I want a robot doppelganger too.
Yeah. If you're sending them out in space, so will I.
Give me a robot doppelganger.
Yeah. All right. That was basically all for that.
Come on the show, Elon.
Yeah.
Guys, fast fact.
That's fact.
In the first draft of the film Groundhog Day, because it was just recently Groundhog Day,
Right?
Bill Murray's character was stuck in a perpetual time loop for 10,000 years.
Yep. I knew that actually.
10,000 years.
Yep.
I knew that fact because I'm a nerd.
That's how long it would take for a human being to completely change their ways and realize that they were a fucking prick. And then make Annie McDowell fall in love with them.
It would take 10,000 years to figure that all out.
Harold Ramis puts it at like 40 years.
Yeah.
Well, because he learned to play the piano and did the
Yeah, they
ice
calculated
sculpting
it
and
out.
did
Yeah,
all
it was
the
like
stuff.
40
like
years.
37.
Yeah, something. It was a pretty
I mean, to
decent
become
number of years.
proficient at everything that he did in the movie would take at least 10,000 hours for each one of the things, and like piano and the way that he did everything. So
Yeah. How many
yeah.
days in a row of him doing the same thing over and over again? Is he just showing up and I guess I'm going to work on
Yeah.
that piano today?
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Well, I assume he lost his mind at one point and then.
of course he
regained
did.
his mind.
We saw flashes
No,
of that.
Yeah.
honestly, I mean, a Groundhog Day situation would be kind of fun for a long period of time.
Well, it would be all of it. It would be fun and happy because it has to literally change you. So
I
it
think
has
you
to
would
take
go
you
it-
through all the emotions
I think he'd go
to
insane
get you back to the other end.
because he doesn't know it's
whatever.
going to end.
Yeah.
He just thinks he's stuck. That would be hell, man, to where nothing ever changes and it's just the exact same thing every day.
Yeah, you
you
live
could
the
learn
same
all the
day.
stuff you want, but you can't do anything with it because tomorrow you're going to wake up and everything's going to be the exact same as it was the day before.
But you weren't doing anything with it prior to that. So, I mean, even okay, whenever you accept that it's not going to change is when it will change.
It'd change for you, but literally nothing else will. You're the only dynamic thing in this entire existence. Ugh. I don't like
it's
that.
a terrible hell. It's a terrible hellscape.
Now you're talking about
And
a
to think-
hyperbolic time chamber?
Yeah.
That's dope.
I'd be cool with a Groundhog Day situation. I mean, fuck it.
I just like to think of the aftermath of this is like a normal time situation for him, and now he's got to live everyday new day.
Oh yeah, he's still nuts because he's going to be telling people,
He's going to
and
get
he'd be
so
like,
bored of everything. He already knows how to do everything.
That was
Yeah.
in your. I think that was probably 3,562 when I discovered that. That was that day.
Yeah.
Sold a hat to me, man. And people are like, "You're crazy, Phil."
He's like, yeah.
Frank
Yeah.
or whatever his name
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
It's a good movie though.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Great movie.
Always gets a little dark and weird whenever he starts committing suicide stuff, but still.
You know, that's day 58.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, got to
fuck
try it out.
The fuck it days.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to have him.
Yeah.
It's time for movie talk.
And being your bro and kicking it and being your sis and having family times with everybody around the table. It's all you. We're having lots of fun and we're telling lots of stories and it's you.
Hey,
Movie time.
movie time.
We're actually going to do. We're talking movies and games.
Video game movies.
We're talking games and movies.
All right.
We're combining a segment here. Usually we have video game talk, we have movie talk. This is recently in the news. And
Recent news.
thought it was interesting because the Super Mario Brothers came out with a movie a little while back. You may remember that. Bob Haskins, John Leguizamo, and
yes.
Dennis Hopper
I am quite fond of that
playing
movie.
King Koopa. It's fucking terrible.
Oh, absolutely.
Fucking terrible movie.
In the best way.
Nintendo saw that and was like, never again.
Yeah. Done.
Never again. Because
What
it was
have you
weird.
done?
Wasn't anything like
Oh,
the game.
man.
It was weird.
I have a soft spot for Bob Hoskins, though. Or
Well, we all
Haskins.
do. John Leguizamo and him drunk the entire shooting.
Nice.
So
Solid.
Nintendo's making another Mario movie, guys. They're going to do it again.
They're doing it.
This time, though, Nintendo of Japan has announced a partnership deal with Illumination Studios, who are the creators behind Despicable Me and Minions franchises.
They're making an animated Mario movie.
It's going to be co-produced by Chris Mandalari of Illumination, who is responsible for Despicable Me and Ice Age, and it's co-produced by Shigeru Miyamoto from Nintendo, who created Mario
Yep.
and The Legend of Zelda.
The guy.
The guy who runs
The
the
guy.
thing. They've been really protective of their IPs in the past, but Nintendo's seeing the success of the Switch, their little collectible amiibo figures, and the mobile games they've been putting out. And so they're looking to make an animated Mario Brothers movie.
I'm pretty fucking excited about that, actually. Sort of. I don't know. It could be just for kids, though.
Well, that was my question. Is it's like, do you give a shit
I don't know.
about seeing a Super Mario Brothers movie?
Well, my answer is always a resounding no. I mean, I really don't give a shit about too many things,
Yeah.
especially a Mario Brothers movie.
Well, I just don't know. Like, I feel like the idea of doing a Mario animated movie is going to be targeted directly at children.
It has to be, right?
It has to be. And then it's not going to be something I want to watch. It's like I would probably watch if they were doing a new live action. Like, we're going to fucking do a live action Mario movie. We're going to figure this out. I would watch that.
I don't think you can make that work, though. I think when you look at it, the Mario games cross boundaries for generations because of the gameplay. It's not because you
Yeah.
care about the characters of Mario and Bowser and Peach and all that stuff. You don't care.
I don't know.
None of them really have storylines. Peach
Yeah,
gets
that's
captured by
true.
Bowser. Mario has to go save her. That's the plot.
Yeah, he's got a brother. He's got some friends that help along the way. Donkey Kong's in there for fun.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, number one, I don't necessarily think that a Mario Brothers movie needs to be appealing to a dude my age.
Yeah, truth.
I mean, it could be a fun little thing, but it's not like I'm not gonna be like, oh man, Super Mario Bros. Comes out tomorrow, man.
Yeah. Oh,
it's
man.
like it's like the My Little Ponies brony thing. It's
I
like,
hear he gets P-Wings in this movie. It's like,
it's made for kids, and 35-year-old jogging pants wearing dudes are like, I fucking love it.
Yeah, there's gonna be
Yeah,
some
that's
dude
true.
in his 40s that goes and sees the movie in the theater 13 times.
Yeah,
That's gonna
that's-
happen.
that-
I mean,
it's
that's cool. I mean, there's no knocking that. You know?
I mean, it could be hilarious if they make it like a straight up hilarious comedy that's self-referential to Mario. If they do it like they're doing the Lego movies and stuff like that now,
Sure.
if they make it that style of movie, because Despicable Me was actually pretty funny. The whole Minions and the whole rest of them were shit, but the first one pretty funny. I enjoyed it. I don't know if you ever saw it.
Never saw it.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed it because I watched it. But shit, man, I forgot what I was gonna say. Basically, it's that the Mario world is not really my world, and though it might be enjoyable, I also don't want to see like a hard R Mario movie.
Yeah.
Like it's Mario. He makes good games.
I think of the
Yeah,
Nintendo
like-
properties, though, if they're going to branch out and try and do a film, Mario is probably the safest one to do. Because it's like...
Well, he's got
you
a
look
built-in fan base.
Well, like Legend of Zelda, it's like you can fuck that up real easy. You know,
Well,
the
people are-
Mega Man, you can fuck that up real easy.
Yeah, people are they're like sacred cows, and Mario is like the golden cow. He's like he's a Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
For Walt Disney. People get super into like the Little Mermaid and these little factions of Disney, but it all started with Mickey Mouse. That's Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good analogy.
Thank you, sir.
What is it going to be called
What, the Mario movie?
right now?
It could be anything.
Put your bets on what you think it's going to be called.
What
Mario.
What the Mario movie is going to be called?
Yeah.
And that's pretty open.
I think it's going to be Super Mario Brothers Nestin' Time.
Okay, nice. I'm going to say Super Mario Brothers Superstars.
Nice.
Super Mario Brothers. Bustin' blocks, motherfucker.
Matt's going.
You're going hard R.
Hard R.
You're going the hopeful
version of it.
hard R.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to lock those in the vault when it comes out, and we do a podcast separate on it to talk about our review of the Super Mario Brothers movies.
Exactly.
Hopefully they went hard R with it, and there's at least one fuck in it.
there's one of the characters in Mario World. At some point, utters the phrase "fuck."
And it's going to be animated, so I hope it's still the same voice of Mario characters.
that's-
I hope it's Peach.
Oh, fuck!
That's pretty awesome. It's all 16-bit sounding. It's good.
Nice.
This summer, grab a flower, but don't get burned.
Super Mario
Hot take.
Nestin' Time.
The Venom trailer came out starring Matt, was it not Matt Hardy?
Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy,
The infamous
the-
WWE star,
That's
Matt
right.
Hardy.
No, with Tom Hardy. Came out. He's playing Venom in a movie.
Yeah.
Teaser trailer came out. Hot take.
I watched it.
Hot take. That trailer sucks.
Yeah, man, it's a little disappointing. Here's the thing. I like Tom Hardy. I think it's going to be a good movie, but I also think it has the potential to be totally shit because it's Sony.
That movie is called Venom. I did not see Venom.
Yeah. Well, I feel like they're not done with it yet. I bet the idea of Venom to show on screen has to jump through so many fucking hoops before they can ever show it.
Don't even put out a teaser then.
There's
Why put out a
200
teaser?
people that have to be like, that's the one I want to see before there's a focus group on that shit.
Well, they give you the
black
screenshot.
goo, and they
Well, they
give
give
you
you
the
the
black glue.
screenshot first, right? You get the
Yeah.
release screenshot of Tom Hardy just looking at a book. It's like, oh man, that screams Venom.
Oh,
and then you
no.
come out with a fucking trailer for it that doesn't even show Venom. It's like, what do you? Don't release a teaser. Okay,
Yeah, give me
that's a hot
something.
take. That
Hot
trailer
take.
sucked. I think that movie's gonna be terrible. Guys,
hot take.
fast fact.
Whoa.
In the first draft of the film Groundhog Day, Bill Murray's character was stuck in a
You told
perpetual
us that
time loop for
already.
10,000 years.
You told us that fact already. That's the second time we've done that fact.
That's a joke.
Old fact.
Guys, it's time for Rate That Animal.
Rate that animal. My favorite part of the show.
We've
What
got
do we got today?
We've got a interesting character today. We can rate mud skippers.
What is a
Mud skippers.
Mud skippers are get your picture here. They're amphibious fish. Okay.
Muddy the Mud Skipper.
Exactly.
A famous one.
They kind of look like they have frog heads.
Amphibious fish.
They have frog head like
It's like a salamander with like, it's like a salamander and a tadpole had a baby.
yeah, no back legs.
Yeah, no back legs, like half. They're freaks of nature, basically.
All right.
They're half breeds. If I may be so rude to the mud skipper. But
Did you
they're
ever-
like fish bottoms. They're like mer skippers. Did you ever see Cabin? What was it? Cabin in the Woods. Did you ever see that movie? Horror movie. The merman at the end. They look like that.
Oh, okay.
And they got the little fins in the front.
Yeah, they
and a
got
tadpole
frog.
tail in the back.
So let's get
Frog
some.
eyes.
Give me some mud skipper facts.
Yeah, I want to hear all about the mud skipper.
Okay, so they're amphibious fish, right? Unusual because they're not amphibians; they're amphibious fish.
So they are technically a fish.
They're still fish.
Interesting.
Breathe through their skin when on land. Gills shut down. Just use that skin for breathing. Kind of neat. They have suction cup-like front fins. So not only can they move through the water and the mud and the muck, they can also climb up rocks for safety and even scale trees.
Because they have suction hands, fins, if you will.
Fish gotta stay wet.
Right?
So when they're on land, they'll use them fins, dig little holes, get down in there, make sure it's got a little bit of water, not too much. And then they just burrow underneath so they can hide from predators and stay warm.
Nice.
This also allows when little crabs are walking by, they can just alligator that shit and just be like, wow.
Oh, they're meat eaters?
Yeah, they're opportunistic predators.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Lie in wait for their prey and then just out of the ground.
So what is the status of kicking a lion's head off?
They're impossible.
Impossible.
Right. Yeah, impossible. Absolutely.
Yeah, they do not have the
The ability?
they don't have the technology.
No. All right. Still though, good facts. I like it.
Yeah. There's some good mud skipper facts. But for those that haven't heard before, the top animal so far is still the giraffe because of its ability
To kick a lion's
to
head off.
lob a lion's head clean off its body.
A lion has no chance against a giraffe
With
because it
its
can punt its
hoof.
fucking head off.
Because they're razor sharp.
I don't think it has anything to do with being razor sharp.
No,
No,
it's
it's the
just
razor
the
sharp
power.
hoof and the power.
It's the power.
Well, either way,
The
razor sharp.
the mud skipper lives in temperate to tropical zones. You find them off the coast of Africa and in the Atlantic. They have frog-like segmented eyes, which means that they can put each eye independently in motion
Nice.
and just scan all around
Just
with
deep
both
turtle
eyes,
scans.
all submarine style.
Nice.
Huh.
Well,
And
that
of
way
course-
they can lay like half in a thing and still have one eye doing some scoping.
And of course, were the inspiration for the children's classic cartoon show, The Muddy Mud Skipper Show.
Yeah.
He's muddy. The
Mud Skipper.
Mud Skipper, he's muddy. Mud Skipper's muddy.
Let's give it a shot.
Mud
Yeah, that's true.
Skipper Show.
That's the Mud Skipper show. That's from popular Ren and Stimpy
Nope,
cartoons.
it's the real thing. It's the real Muddy the Mud Skipper Show. Guys, let's go ahead and rate it. It's a weird animal. Looks weird. Mud Skippers.
Mud Skippers look weird. Interesting facts, though.
6.
Matt's giving it a 6 on an A to F scale.
All right.
I'm probably going to give a Mud Skipper, like, I'm going to say, like, either a B minus or, like, a C. I'm torn between the two. I'm probably going to give it a C. It's middle of the road for me. It just passes. It passes the grade because of its interesting facts, but at the same time, I feel like it was only used in a show as exploitation because it's such a dumb animal.
You spend all your time in the muck.
Yeah.
Just crawl out of the
The
muck.
sand, the
And you're
dirt.
called
Yeah.
a Mud Skipper.
Yeah.
What you do is in the title of your name.
I rate them C. They are, somewhat interesting. They're unusual
Yeah.
looking.
Unusual.
Watching them skitter around is kind of neat for a second.
Terrifying.
Other than that, though, like I could do without them.
Yeah.
So that makes their final score
Could do without him.
a C.6.
Yeah. C.6 for the Mud Skipper.
C.6. Guys, last week we did our wonderful riddle series that we do.
Riddle me
The
this.
riddle was a cowboy rode into town on Friday. He stayed for 3 days and rode out again on Friday. How the heck did he do that?
I know the answer.
What's that answer?
That cowboy's horse was by the name of Friday.
His dang old horse was named Friday. That's the answer to that one. If you got it, pat yourself on the back.
Have a pat.
Have yourself a cold pat.
Saddle up, pat yourself on the back, and get home.
Have yourself some oatmeal.
There's coyotes out there. Guys, fast fact. In the first draft of the film Groundhog Day, Bill Murray's character was stuck in a perpetual time loop for 10,000 years.
I got you, babe.
We didn't.
It's cold out there.
Better put on your booties. Made a reference to it at the top of the show with our intro here, but this is officially the Valentine's Day podcast.
Right?
So instead of doing a riddle this week, I felt like I should give you some of the dark history of Valentine's Day.
The deep, dark secrets of V-Day. Valentine's Day.
Let's hear it. We're not talking like Valentine's Day Massacre. We're talking like
The history of
the
Valentine's
history
Day.
of Valentine's Day.
From February 13th to 15th, the Romans celebrated the feast of Lupercalia. The men sacrificed a goat and a dog, and then whipped women with the hides of the animals they'd just slain.
What?
The Romantics were drunk. They were naked, says Noel Linsky, a historian at the University of Colorado at Boulder. Young women would actually line up for the men to hit them. They believed this would make them fertile. The brutal feat included a matchmaking lottery in which a young man drew the names of women from a jar. The couple would then be coupled for the duration of the festival.
That means sex.
Yeah, that means they do sex for the whole festival.
Eventually, Pope Gelasius I muddled things in the 5th century by combining St. Valentine's Day with Lupercalia to expel the pagan rituals.
So he Christianized it. He was
So-
like, hey
so
guys, we can do this
sex
same
festival,
celebration. Yeah.
We're going to make it Christian. So go ahead and
sex.
fuck for
Yeah,
Jesus.
still sex, but with love.
There was still drunken debauchery, just more people were wearing clothes when they showed up.
Right. Wear your clothes. Get drunk.
And then basically we got Valentine's Day as we know it now from Shakespeare.
Really?
And Coca-Cola.
And the Hallmark,
And Hallmark.
Card Corporation.
Well, that's Christmas. Sorry.
And the liberal media.
So guys, make sure you hold her tight, ladies. You hold her tight too. You hold him tight, her tight, whoever tight.
Yeah.
It tight.
You
And-
hold it tight.
Whip your lover with pelts.
Show them what they really mean to you.
My favorite part of this podcast is the last line of your outline.
Okay, that's true. That's
It's
totally
fantastic.
I know it. Are we doing it right now?
True. Yeah, well, guys, it's been a lovely time on this Valentine's podcast. I hope you learned a little something. I hope you laughed a little. I hope you thought about some stuff. If you're a shitty person, I hope you're not anymore. Mud
Lives
skippers,
were changed.
right? We
Yeah.
talked about that. The Olympics, go America! Shout out the devil. That was the Hot Science Podcast. If you've got comments, questions, or opinions you would like addressed on this show, then please contact us by leaving a comment or emailing us at hotsciencepodcast31 at gmail.com. Don't forget Pornhub, who's not our sponsor, offers free content all day long on February 14th, so don't forget to love yourself.
Have a safe and happy Valentine's
Have
Day.
a safe and happy Valentine.